Hey everyone, I'm Nikki Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about something that is extremely close to my heart, and that is starting over after 50. If you do not know, I am a 52-year-old lady that is doing YouTube, and I titled most of my videos recently Living My Life in My 50s because I just want to embrace being 50. I'm not ashamed of how old I am. I feel like growing older is a privilege that has been denied to many, so we should embrace it and be thankful that we have lived to be in our 50s. So yeah, I just want to talk about what it looks like to live your life in your 50s. So stick around. Or should I say starting over in your 50s, whatever that looks like, whether it's changing careers, starting a new relationship, or just discovering yourself. Life does not stop in your 50s. I know it seems intimidating. 50 is like, oh my God, I'm 50. I'm 52, and I feel more empowered, more alive today than I did in my 40s, 30s, or even my 20s. So life is not over in your 50s. So let's just get into some key points, okay? Let's talk about the benefits of starting over at 50. For one, the life experiences that you gain from living and working, that is priceless. You probably know more of what you like and more of what you don't like. That is a powerful place to be. Okay, so I took some notes because I didn't want to lose some key points about starting over at 50. First, you got to do a self-assessment. I mean, if you don't really have to do anything, you can just decide really in your mind, your mindset, listen, I'm approaching 50, and the way my life has been going, I don't want to live that way. I'm ready for something different. And you can just dive in and start from there. But for some people need to have more of a direction. So for those people, I'm going to give you some direction. Hopefully that this is something that you can apply to your life if you're approaching 50, if you already are 50, or even if you're after 50, you're 51, 52, and so forth, and you still don't know how to get unstuck per se, okay? So first off, you definitely have to do a self-assessment, okay? Like I said, I took some notes. You need to take some time to really think about what you want this next chapter of your life. That's very important. And you may not exactly know, because I didn't. I just knew that I wanted things to be different. I didn't know exactly what different was, but I knew I didn't want more of what I've just came out of. What passions do you have? What skills have you gained over the years? Any skills that you feel like you can apply in your life now? What kind of life do you want to wake up to every day? That is so important. Like, what do you visualize? What do you see yourself doing? No matter what it is, it's never too late. I don't care if it's a new career. I don't care if you want to pick up and move to a new city, if you want to move out of the country. It is never too late. You know what I always tell myself? If not now, then when? You have to ask yourself, if not now, then when? What are we waiting on to start our lives? Listen, your biggest regret is to be on your deathbed and think about all the opportunities you passed up on, all the things that you never did, all the places that you wanted to go and you never visit, the time you could have spent with family and friends. So many different things you're going to have regret if you don't decide to live your life for you now. Listen, you've raised your children. Some of you may have been mothers, some of you may have not. But if you were married and now you're no longer married, you had kids, and you've done that. You worked at that job for 25 years that never gave you any substance. You were never happy. You decided to leave. What's the next chapter? What are you going to do to make you feel good? What are you going to do to make you happy? What are you going to do so that when you are laying on that deathbed, when time is over and God is calling you home, are you going to have any regrets? Are you going to have any regret? That's what you need to think about. Brief story really quick. I was married. I don't have any problem with sharing my life because I feel like God wants me to put it out there. I was married for 27 years. I was very unhappy. My ex-husband was unhappy. Neither one of us were happy, okay? But I felt like I couldn't leave. I had small children. I had so many different negative thoughts in my head. I thought, oh, who's going to want me with all these kids? What am I going to do? Where do I even start from? What does life look like? You know, being divorced with 4 small children. And I even had thoughts of, I'm not going to give my marriage up. I don't work too hard. I've been here for so many years. You think I'm going to leave and let the next woman come in and have it easy? But what I really was doing was staying stuck in something that did not make me happy. I was miserable every day. There was so much stuff going on, and I woke up one day and I said, my kids were almost grown. Some of them were grown and some of them were almost grown. And I woke up one day and I said, I'm in my 40s now, still dealing with the same mess I was dealing with in my 30s. I'm not going to be 50 years old living this miserable life. Something has got to change. Now, granted, I didn't know what the change was going to be. I didn't know what I was walking into. And I was just really even trying to deal with the emotion of thinking this way. But I knew I wasn't happy. And I knew that there was more to life and that I just could not continue going down the road that I was going down. So I made up in my mind. I said, I don't know what this new life is going to look like, but I'm going to embrace it and I'm going to prepare myself for it. And that's exactly what I did. Step 2, set some new goals. Once you have a sense of where you want to go, it's time to start some new goals. Okay, so you need to start with small, actionable goals, actionable steps. If you want to switch careers, what type of career are you trying to switch to? Updating your resume, maybe. Networking, taking a course, or even you may even want to move to a new city to start over. That's what I did. I picked up, I moved. My kids had already moved to a new city. I only had one child with me. My other 3 adult children had moved. And I was just like, you know what? I'm really ready to like start over, start fresh. I had always wanted to move from the city that I was living in, but I had small kids. They were in school. You know, I didn't want to take them out of their schools and start all over fresh. So now I'm divorced. My kids are grown. Now's the time. So that's what I did. I picked up and I moved to a new city. And I've been in this new city now going on 2.5 years, and it has been the best time of my life. One of the best decisions that I made. Step 3, take action. So now that you have set your goals, start taking action. Start researching that new career that you want to do. Start reconnecting with old friends. Start deciding where you want to go, if you want to move, if you want to take a new trip. You know, start setting up goals and things that you want to do so that you have some kind of guideline on what you want to do. Starting your life over. I'm telling you, the little things really, really do add up. So step 4, you definitely need to seek support. This goes back to what I was saying. You need to have the right support system, whether that be family, mentors, your church, if you have a church family, or even an online community. When I left my marriage and decided that I was done because I no longer wanted to live the life that I was living, I had an online community as well. I found people that were going through the same thing, and it helped me tremendously because, for one, it let me know that I wasn't alone. They gave a lot of valuable advice to help you. And whenever I felt myself sinking back into depression or feeling like, what am I doing? I would go back online. I would get back into my communities, and they would give me the push that I needed to let me know I could do this. You can do this, and you will come out on the other side. And I did, and it worked. So if you don't have family, if you don't have any mentors that you feel like you can trust, if you don't have anybody that you feel like you can go to, seek support online. There are a lot of great support groups online that can help you in this journey. Now, before we wrap this up, I've got some stories that I want to share that will hopefully inspire you. So I took some notes. Okay, did you know that Vera Wang didn't design her first dress until she was 40? And it wasn't until she was 50 that her career skyrocketed. Samuel Jackson didn't get his big break until he was in his 40s. So with that being said, and I'm sure there's so many more, with that being said, life does not stop at 50. It does not stop at 50. You can have such a great life if you want to have a great life. Surround yourself around like-minded people and live the life you always dreamt of living. So here's my final message. Don't let age define you or hold you back. This can be a chance for new opportunities, so much growth, so much new experience. I just really want you to grasp that 50s is the new 30, in my opinion. Like, life is so good. Like I said, I moved to a new city. I have never lived in an apartment from like my early 20s. Now I'm in an apartment. I love it. I met new friends. I had a new job when I moved here. I got a new car. I'm living my best life. I'm gonna start doing more traveling. I'm in a relationship. We spend a lot of time together. I just enjoy my life now. It is so much more carefree than it ever was prior to now. And again, I won't sit here and say that it's perfect and that there are no ups and downs, because that would be a lie. There's still challenges. And, I am older, and some stuff I don't have the tolerance for that I used to. But that's okay. That's okay, but I feel better than I ever felt. I'm back in the gym. I'm working out. I'm trying new recipes. I'm living unapologetically. I'm just living my life day for day, understanding with the knowledge of understanding that life is short, and if it's not now, then it's never. And that's all I ask that you do. Just reevaluate your life. If it's not where you want it to go, I really hope that you make the change. Stop wasting time. Time is more valuable than anything, more valuable than money. Time you cannot get back. Money you can always make. So I just really hope that this video encouraged you. Maybe I hope I did a good job. It may not be in the perfect format, but I just wanted to give you some type of direction, but also give you a little bit of me, give you the truth, let you know that you are not alone. Even if you may feel alone, let you know that God has given you everything that you need on the inside. He's giving you everything that you need on the inside, but you have to first trust it and know that everything that you need to be the person that you want to be is on the inside. Just go for it. Listen, I cried many nights because I was broken. I didn't know where to begin. 50s was coming, it was approaching me. I felt like I had wasted so many years of my life, and I couldn't get over the fact of so much wasted time. Like, it held me captive. All I could think about was how I wasted so many years of my life. But that does me no service. I can't go back. I can't change anything that happened prior to where I am now. I can't go back and remake any scenes in my life. I can't. So don't let that hold you captive. All you have to do is think about what's to come and go after it. And again, know that your latter can be greater than your before. And that you are never alone. God is always there. And there's always somebody out there that is going through the same thing, if not worse. Not that you should take comfort in that, but it is some comfort in knowing that you are not alone. But I encourage you to change your life today. It won't be perfect. It won't happen overnight. But the little changes, the little steps, the believing that you can have all the things that you want, eventually you will see it manifest in your life. So I hope this video encouraged you to change your life, to look forward to life after 50. If you're in your 50s and have no direction, I hope that this inspires you to know that you can be all that and more. And please, if you have not, please consider subscribing to the channel. Leave any comments down below in the comment section. If there's any other type of video that you would like for me to speak on, please talk about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, and God bless. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.